Hey, what's up guys? It's Venturefarther and welcome back to something completely different. Now, usually when I say something completely different, I mean, we'll be standing in a Canadian post-apocalyptic wasteland or something. And not, in a blocky mountain valley of Minecraft. But this is completely different in that we're not even talking about gaming, and that is a huge departure for me. So what I'm going to be talking about today is the topic of education and schooling. And I know that, that's not something that I usually talk about or usually like to talk about, but I feel that this really is something that's important to me. And if I may explain, there's a lot of people have asked me, okay, one person has asked me, what my goal with this channel is, why I'm doing this. And aside from the obvious answer, which is it's a hobby and it's fun to do, I guess my goal is that I want to inspire you guys. And I want to be someone where if you've had a really tough day, then you can come home and watch my stuff and feel a little bit better. That's my goal. And I think this is another way to accomplish that, because some of you may know this. Actually, none of you know this. I've never talked about this before. I have not had a very traditional school experience. And again, I'll get into all this in later videos. This is just a very quick overview. But basically, what I'm going to be talking about is the topic of homeschooling or unschooling, which is what I'm doing this year and what I've tried a few times in the past. But basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's school at home, and some of you may know something about this, some of you may not. You all have different opinions on it, and that's totally fine. I'm just going to be explaining my views, my opinions, and I'm going to try to inspire you guys, because I think this is something, what I'm doing here this year for my education, that is incredible. And I think that, if you want to see it or not, if it seems like something you're interested in or not, that's completely fine. But you should at least be exposed to it. You should at least have as many opinions and as many views and as many different alternatives to whatever you're doing as possible. And that's what I'm here to talk about today, is the high school and the whole thing. Because in traditional high school, which I have been to, by the way, I did 9th grade last year in a traditional high school. Very, very highly rated, very, incredible place, really. So, it's just not good, you guys. I would not recommend it. Anyway, but it didn't work for me, I guess, is the bottom line. And the reason for that is that, okay, well, actually, I don't feel that I really need to say the reason, because, it's public high school. You guys know the reason. It's that. So, I guess I will go into a bit more detail, just I feel obliged to. It was just, I was not inspired. I didn't feel like what I was doing was useful to myself. And I know a lot of people are like, well, yeah, but that's high school. And here's my question to them, though. Why is that high school? Why are we comfortable with letting our kids spend 4 years, or, kids, why are you comfortable, teenagers, whatever, spending 4 years just kind of muddling through? And I know some people really blossom in high school, and I'm not really talking to them, because they already have it sorted out. I'm talking to people who go to high school every day, and they kind of feel sick, because it's just such a strange place, and doesn't really, it's not useful, in my opinion. So that's what made me decide to change, was I didn't, it's not that I couldn't take it, or that I, anything like that. It's just that it didn't, it wasn't working for me. I couldn't do it. And I think a lot of people then are saying, oh, so you dropped out, and then they're clicking away from this video. But because, assuming that, okay, well, now I'm going to spend the rest of my life working in a fast food restaurant or whatever, something terrible. But I don't think that's going to be the case. And the reason is because high school and the mainstream and et cetera, really have the thought that it's either high school or nothing. And that's just not true anymore. A lot of people are doing homeschool. There are alternative schools all over that are, I think, give you a much better actual education than high school. And I think, because I think a lot of you, most of you, have sat in class thinking, ugh, when am I ever going to use this? And the answer to a lot of that is you're never going to use it. There's no reason to be learning this at all. So that's what made me decide to change. And then luckily I have amazing parents who were very willing to make that change. Really saw what high school had been doing to me, and because it really had beaten me down. And I'm not trying to sound depressing or anything, but because I think a lot of you who are in high school understand this feeling. But yeah, so I was lucky enough to have fantastic parents who were able to change, or able to really support me in this. So we went about finding an alternative, and we looked into homeschool, we looked into online schooling, all that sorts of stuff, and we found this amazing resources. It was incredible, which I'll talk about in later videos. This is just an overview. So now I'm much happier. I'm doing an unschooling, homeschooling type thing. I have a lot of time to really do what I like, which, is this, doing YouTube and some other stuff, which, again, I'll discuss in another video. But I feel completely different. I feel re-energized. I know a lot of you in high school have felt like it's sort of almost like a hive mind, and I feel like more individual, more myself than I had ever had that year. It was incredible. And again, I'm not here to sell you on some sort of scam. I'm not here to convince you that high school is terrible, because I think a lot of you already would know that. And again, it's just my opinion. It doesn't work for me. So I think a lot of you, it doesn't work for you either. If it works for you, then fantastic, and I'm happy for you. But if it doesn't, there's a certain amount of people that just it doesn't work for. So that's why I'm doing this, is for those of you. I want to show you a different way. I think that there's a lot of reason that people don't leave high school is either pressure from parents or the school itself or whatever, to be successful or to get into a good college or whatever, and that doesn't exactly mean success, but I'll discuss that later as well. So, but what if you wanted to do your own thing? What if you wanted to follow your dreams? And I realize that sounds very childish, but why does it? I mean, just think about that. Anyway, I'm getting off track now. So thank you for listening to me, at least taking this small time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that you feel at least a little bit interested or intrigued by this idea. I hope that you will come back for more. I hope that even if you don't, you at least got something out of this. So I feel, thank you. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say on the matter. And I will be back soon with other things, other videos along this line. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.